Spending money at Disney World is really easy to do. From snacks to souvenirs, there's lots of ways to easily go over budget while you're on your Disney vacation. Today we're going to give you our top 5 tips on how to not go over budget on your next Disney vacation.
So if that interests you, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned.
Hey guys, it's Kayla.
And I'm Mark Allen.
And this is Hemphilly Ever After. Here we talk about all things Disney and how to do Disney debt-free. So today we are giving you our top 5 tips on how to not go over budget on your next Disney vacation. Number 1, have a budget. This is very important if you're going to make sure that you're staying on budget throughout your Disney trip. Doing this, you need to make sure that you have your budget set before you go on vacation. That way you know exactly how much you're going to be able to spend.
When you're creating your budget, you need to make sure that you have each category specifically budgeted. For example, food, souvenirs, etc., and even things like emergencies. So if you have questions on how to create budgets and what amount to use for each budget category, be sure to check out our in-depth budgeting series up in the card.
The biggest tip that we can give you with creating your budget is to always over budget. This will save you in the long run, as you will have more than enough money versus trying to kind of save money by under budgeting. It doesn't really work. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, it works.
Our number 2 tip for not going over budget is to set clear expectations. When you create your budget, everyone in your family or your party that is involved in that budget needs to know what the budget consists of. For example, when it comes to souvenirs, you need to let your family know what that budget is. If it's $500, they need to know that. That way they don't go and all want Spirit jerseys and you blow your $500 budget for souvenirs at the Emporium in one stop.
This will also help if you have little ones to kind of set those expectations. Obviously, you don't have to be like, you have this much money to spend, but like you could do little things like give them a gift card with a set amount, and you say, okay, what is on this gift card is what you're allowed to spend for your souvenirs. You can buy whatever you want with this, but once it's gone, it's gone. It creates that expectation so that they are thinking a little bit more wisely about their purchases, but they also aren't going to throw, hopefully, a huge temper tantrum when they can't get that specific thing because you guys have gone over budget.
You can also use this tip for food festivals as well by giving each person their own gift card for the food festivals, and once they run out, they're done.
Number 3, prepay for as much as possible. This is pretty easy to do since your hotel and your park tickets do have to be paid for before you even get to your resort. So that part's really easy to take care of. If you are doing the dining plan, this is also going to be a really helpful budgeting tool for you as well, because it's all going to be taken care of before you even get there. It's a set amount. You don't have to worry about trying to keep track every day. You just gotta keep track of those dining credits.
If you have tours, massages, after hours, tips, anything like that, go ahead and prepay for as much of that as possible. In the event that you can't prepay for that, maybe go ahead and set it aside in cash or a separate Disney gift card. That way that money is set aside and you don't accidentally spend it.
Number 4, and this is Mark Allen's favorite tip, and that is to keep track of your budget every single day of your trip.
Excel sheets. That's it. That's it. Excel sheets. There's a lot more when it comes to keeping track on your budget, but this is so important. When you create a budget, you have to make sure that you're on budget. I know it sounds easy, right? Well, we're going to give you some tips on how to do that.
So first of all, keep all of your receipts for souvenirs, for food, for anything that you pay for. That way, at the end of each night, you can go through and basically kind of reconcile your account, whether that be through paying your balance off at the end of each night. If you've paid with your Magic Band, hopefully you have an Excel sheet or something that has all of your spending on it. That way you can kind of keep track. This is great because then you know how much you've spent and how much you have left for the rest of the trip. this is gonna really help you to kind of like spread everything out. That way you don't get on day 2 or 3 and then realize that you have spent all of your food money or all of your souvenir money.
If you are like us and like to use your magic bands to pay for things throughout your Disney vacation, be sure to, at the end of each night, to go down to the lobby and pay off your balance. This will keep track of how much is coming out of your bank account each and every day, or perhaps off your gift card balance. That way you can avoid any surprising bills at the end of your trip.
We have actually found that this came in handy a few times because there was some stuff that got charged like twice. And there was some weird like kind of discrepancies. If we had not caught that each night when we did it, we would have been in trouble later on. So it's definitely important to be checking that daily. Finally, number 5, have grace. You are on vacation and you are allowed to treat yourself. Don't get so caught up in trying to stay on budget that you forget to actually enjoy your vacation. If you follow the steps that we had set for you above, then you're honestly already far and above and beyond like what most people do. So you really are probably doing okay. But it is okay that you may go over budget a little bit on some areas.
Hashtag treat yourself.
Yes, Disney is very good at their marketing. We've fallen into that trap, but honestly, there are things that you can put in place to make sure that even if you do kind of mess up or go over budget, it's still okay.
Now, when it comes to over budgeting, because we do understand that it is so incredibly easy to do on a Disney vacation, an emergency fund is so important for those instances when you do go over budget, because more than likely it will happen in some category. And we talk all about an emergency fund and why it's so important when it comes to a Disney vacation, so we'll be sure to link that video up above.
So now that you have these tips on how to stay on track with your budget, if you want to know more about how to pay off or save up for your Disney vacation, make sure you check out the video at the end of this one.
If you have any questions about how to stay on budget during your Disney vacation, or perhaps you have tips that you have done to stay on budget, be sure to leave those down in the comments below.
If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful for you, make sure you give us a big thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button for more debt-free Disney tips. That's all we have for you guys today. Now go create your ever after.